and putting another one in? Stream go poof? What the hell's... what are you talking about? Okay. I don't know what happened. You guys said something happened, and like I can't see any frame drops or anything. Are we back? Are we good? Apologies, guys. I didn't see anything going on there. Stream went offline for a good 30 seconds. Okay, I don't know why. It hasn't told me why. So, in case you missed it whilst the 30-second downtime was on, I'm just looking at this building, the Drifter Workforce Camp in Taiyuan. All it does is population growth, right? Unless you take it down this second line, where it gives a bit of a boost to industry, but we only have this first one right now anyway. Taiyuan is currently suffering -2 public order, and all of the negative is coming from the fact that the population is getting overcrowded. We have 1.7 million and we only really have room for 1.8. You get more room by growing the city, which we cannot afford to do right now. We'd need 3,600 copper to do that, plus an extra 4 food, which we've got. So I'm debating getting rid of this Drifter Workforce Camp to put a different building in. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, Ryan is in Taiyuan, Gardening is doing... oh no, he's not. Gardening's doing patrols in Herdong. But still, you guys can put opinions in. Even if you don't have a sponsored officer, you can still put opinions in. I'm just going to weigh the opinions of the sponsored officers a bit more, especially in relation to where they are on the map. Is there anything for income? Probably. It's kind of hard to tell because it pretends that everything is locked, because we don't have a spare slot right now. But given that we're a size 4 city, I'd imagine most of these would be open if we had the slot available. Excuse me. I told you not to spend money last stream, and here we are needing the money you poorly spent. I mean, is it really poorly spent if we're still alive? Feel like you're never happy, shouldn't you? Doomsday, you are single-handedly making me despise one of my favourite characters. Zhongjiang almost died. That's nothing to do with money. I'm going to get rid of this. If for no other reason than we don't need population growth right now. It's actually detrimental at this point. We're at max thing, so I'm just going to get rid of it. We're at max population, so... it's spring, so we will do a save. There we go. It's what I do best. Probably built that building 3 times in 300 hours of gameplay. Yeah, I don't think it's a particularly good building, Niste. Kong Rong will sign peace for 5,500 copper. Well, I'm guessing we're going to get some strong opinions on this deal. So you guys get them put in the chat. I think the only purpose that that building would serve, Nisty, is like if you, I don't know, take over a settlement that is really small but you have a shitload of disposable income and you want to make it really big fast, but you want to like get it to that point where it's earning a lot of tax. Maybe you'd throw that building in just to get it up to max pop and then demolish it. But yeah, like I'm with you, I don't think it's a particularly useful building to ever have. Doomsday is questioning tributary. I highly doubt that he would accept a tributary. It's got to be more than... like tributary is going to be like minus 50. It's going to be worth like 50 points, and his desire for a peace treaty is only 18.4. But I'll have a look. Yeah. So it's a shame that you can't like sweeten the deal, because that's pretty low, but you can't do anything else with tributary offers. It has to be just the tributary offer, so he wouldn't take that. Just saying that makes me want to puke. Do we have any other targets if we accept, or will we be trapped in? We won't be in an active war if we accept. Like, not with a neighbour anyway. I think we're at war with Lady Wu, who's like way down south. So we wouldn't have any active targets. If we take a look at the map, and we switch it to ownership, we just made peace with Gongsun Zan. Liu Bei is pretty strong. Yuan Tan is fairly strong. Yuan Shu is our ally. Kong Rong is who we'd be making peace with. Gao Gan, Zhang Yang, and Wang Lan Lan are relatively weak. I think. Faction groupings? Yeah, they're in the coalition to reconcile China, the three of them. So it would be a potential option to just sort of lightning strike all three of them and take their 3 settlements, but that's not particularly going to give us expansion options. It just means we grab 3 extra territories. You didn't miss much, Ryan. Kong Rong is offering us peace for 5,640 copper. Population just increases income from peasantry, and I go for industry 90% of the time because of the corruption. Interesting. I say take peace and attack the coalition of miners. Go for peace for now, then go for the small ones. It would complete she-her for us. Interesting. So I think the consensus here is to make peace with Kong Rong and attack these 3 minor leaders here and grab their stuff. Which, to be honest, is probably not a terrible idea, at least for a short term. So I think we'll do that. It looks like the consensus is to do it. He's our only four. I'd stomp him into tributary. Okay, Gan Ning's not for it, but most other people seem to be, including the Chancellor and the faction heir. And to be honest, as much as it's a very short-term solution, because we're gonna, once we beat them, we'll be boxed in again essentially. I like it. I'm worried about these two versus Lu Zhong. Zhongjiang is still 3, maybe even 4, 5 turns away from the front line. So putting them off for a little bit is not a terrible idea, so I think we're going to do it. He paid us 5k, we didn't pay him. And look at that, they immediately both force marched to Hedong. So Lu Zhong would have been trapped if we didn't do that. Liu Bei vassalized Yuan Tan. Okay. Wow. Yeah, our east is starting to really form up now. Liu Bei, who is there, probably has a bunch of territory in there, and has these two, is in a coalition with Gongsun Zan, and now has Yuan Tan as his vassal. So our entire eastern border, if the right conditions are met, could go to war with us. Yes, we do indeed, David, need to strike Zhongyan, Gaogan, and Wang Lan Lan as well. Kong Rong is also there, look, on the opposite bank of the Yellow River. So I'm going to keep moving Zhongjiang. She's still replenishing, so there's no point in doing a forced march, because it just means she won't replenish en route. I think Zhongjiang is going to notify Lu Zhong that her intention is to swing to take she-her. So what Lu Zheng does is up to Lu Zheng. What else have we got going on? Taiyuan can actually do quite a lot. We have quite a lot of money after Kongrong's little payment. So those of you who are civil officers and or officers who are, you know, looking to expand some influence here, we've got a little bit of budget to spend. Shun Yu is saying upgrade Taiyuan. Build something new, please. Okie-do. That's expensive. The majority of Taiyuan's income is industry. Huh. Interesting. Well, I think I'm going to upgrade Taiyuan's iron mine to an iron craftwork village, which gives us an extra 100 income, but with the bonus of 70%, so it'd actually be an extra 170 income. Time for SN Early Industrial Revolution. Well, an Early Industrial Revolution. I see. Yes, that is indeed what might be happening, Nisti. Sarah, what is Lu Zheng's plan? And well, we can't upgrade two things in Taiyuan at the same time anyway, Doomsday. One at a time. Yanmen is actually our second most profitable commandery. 689 copper. Meet up with my sister and share in the slaughter at she-her. Okay. Hello. You still have 3 units mustering, so I don't know if you want to stay here for a bit and keep mustering, whether you want to march, or rather move out but not march, so that you keep mustering but slightly slower, or whether you want to force march. I don't know what you want to do. But Zhongyang, David, we're at peace with Kongrong. So, yeah, they both walked up here, but we're not at war with them now, so it doesn't matter. Well, Doomsday, I mean, we have money left over. You know, you are the administrator of Yanmen. As I keep saying, if people want to spend money, provided we have money, you know, if you're saying I want to upgrade Yanmen, but we've got no money, then tough shit. There's not really any way that can happen. But if we've got the money, especially if if you do it in order of, like, precedence, the capital is obviously going to come first. But after the capital, it's probably going to be the place that makes the next most money. Or the most money if it makes more. So, you know, Doomsday, if you want to push the agenda in Yanmen, that's up to you. It's your commandery. What was I saying? Oh, I said I don't know, because you have 3 units that are still mustering. I don't know if you want to stay here for a turn and keep mustering them, whether you want to move out but muster them slightly slower, or whether you want to force march and just stop the replenishment. Oh, David has a point. He's not talking about Zhang Yin. He's talking about Zhang Yang. So he's not talking about this dude. He's talking about this dude, who is in the coalition with she-her. How long do they have left? 2 turns until fully replenished. Well, shit, that's a good point. That's why he's the Chancellor. Is Yuan Shu in a coalition? Yeah, with us. He's our coalition buddy, with his one territory. Shouldn't have taken the peace deal. Now for conquest we risk pissing off coalitions. I mean, yeah, but the one that we're pissing off is 3 one province people, or one settlement people. I think my husband brings up a good point. We don't really need to muster any more men to deal with him, so I say we move towards him and make camp. Ooh, he has more than one down by Lady Wu. Oh, he does actually have a second settlement down there. Okay, Zhang Yang's territory of Shandong, there's so many Ongs involved here, is basically in its own little valley. There's only 2 ways in. There's from the south, which is from Yuan Shu's territory, or from the north, from our territory. Which way are you heading, honey? Can I suggest we disband the coalition? North. Okay. You can suggest that we disband the coalition, Shen Yu. It will be taken under advisement. Although, right now, I don't think it benefits us to do that, because we're about to start a fight. Right, that looks like the end of the turn. So I'm going to end the turn, because we've spent quite a while on that one. The Obey offers us a trade agreement and will pay us 75 copper in exchange for a wooden fish. I feel like I don't really need... The trade agreement, by the way, is worth 415 copper. I feel like I don't really need people to weigh in on this, but I'm still going to let them. You never know. Everybody might be like, nah, fuck Liu Bei. And an expansion route afterwards would be Yuan Shu. It would. Yes, trade now. Money is money and Liu Bei is a mate. Except we don't want to piss him off. Okido. Hey Liu Bei, thanks for the trade, bro. Yes, 415 a turn, Cal. Kongrong's armies seem to just decided that they live in our land. Ma Tung has just given us an extra avenue for expansion. Oh, okay. So we can call our allies for aid, which is Yuan Shu. I'm honestly not sure if... I mean... I don't think Yuan Shu's going to be particularly beneficial to call for aid. But at the same time, if we call him for aid and he refuses, then, you know, it's not an alliance, so it wouldn't break the alliance, but it gives us... I mean, also I think he would say no, because I think that's what that X means, is he wouldn't do it. We're not going to ask. Okay. Cool. Yuan 10 joined a war alongside Liu Bei against Yuan Shu. Dong Zhuo is actually available to recruit. He's 69 years old. Eyo! Probably not going to last much longer. So, Ma Tung, for those of you who don't know, well shit, we can't even see him, but he lives over here in the northwest of China. Somewhere. Zhongzhang is going to continue her march towards Shihe. What else have we got going on? Jujun and Garning are still not particularly pleased. What is his beef? God, he really wants some shit. Recruit him for his sword. I'm not gonna recruit him, guys. Jesus. What? So I'm assuming here, but there's no reason for me not to assume that Lu Jung is just going to continue on her route towards Zhongyang's northern border. So I'm just going to do that. We do still have a lot of money and a fair few townages. I think we'll save it. That one was a relatively simple turn. That's a Liu Bei army moving towards Yuan Shu, and Yuan Tan just defeated him, so I think Yuan Shu's just been wiped out. Oh no, he hasn't. He's got that settlement to the south, hasn't he? Han Sui will pay us 607 copper for a non-aggression pact if we give him a devious attendant and 2 wooden oxes. I'm on the fence with this one, to be perfectly honest. It's not a massive amount of gold, but it's also not a pittance. And as much as a devious attendant is kinda cool, it's not an amazing ancillary, and 2 wooden oxes isn't exactly amazing either. You said that last time we ended up with Garning, and you said that the time before and we ended up with Taisha Tse. Well, I mean, yeah. But this, you know, I'm not recruiting a 69-year-old Dong Zhuo who is both going to die soon and is a character that will just be like, I want a good position. That's just a waste of time. Taisha Tse earned that money with the city defense. Thank you, Ryan. He did indeed. What are we thinking, guys? Because genuinely on the fence about this one. I could go either way. David saying he's on the river. It could be useful to have him later. I vote take. Sarah says sure. I think Doomsday was saying fuck him to the deal, maybe. Get rid of this fool. Okay, Doomsday's not up for it, but the Chancellor and the heir are, and I'm on the fence. Like, I don't think it's a bad deal, so I'm probably going to accept this, I think. Bit of extra money for the coffers. Wang Lan Lan has helped us out a little bit by declaring war on us. We're not going to call him for aid because we already decided essentially that we don't care.
你可以将家族成员婚配给派系内外的人物，这样可以增进两家关。
All right, well, appreciate the assistance. Zhongzhang's army is actually fully replenished, so we're going to stick her into a forced march, get her into this pass towards Shihe. Jinyan Shu. Right, Lu Jung. I actually think that looks like Lu Jung can reach Shangdang. Now we're not at war with him, and I forgot to check whether we've got any agreements with him. My guess is we might do. we have a non-aggression pact with Gao Gan, and we actually are trading with Zhang Yang. So we would have to cancel those agreements and then wait a year before we can do anything about it. I'm wondering what David and Sarah are thinking. I personally think if we are getting money from Zhang Yang, that it might be smarter to break the agreement with Gao Gan first, defeat him, and then as we're sort of defeating him, break the treaty with Zhang Yang. Murmur's words cursing this shit. I knew this was a bad idea. I mean, the trade agreement is worth 419. We make 962. So, yeah, it's worth just under half. It's probably worth about 40% of our income. But 40% is not 100%. Just in case anybody doesn't know how percentages work. We would still be making positive money even after breaking it. But I do think that the smarter play would be to break the non-aggression pact with Gao Gan first, because that's not worth any money, defeat him, and then break the agreement with Zhang Yang, which by that time we probably will have defeated Wang Lanlan and Gao Gan. But ultimately, this is up to Sarah and David, because this is their front. This is where their army's operating. Zhang is attacking Wang Lanlan in the straightforward conflict. You guys give me such shit for spending money, where we wouldn't have an empire at all if I hadn't spent money. Kill them all, I support a complete murderous rampage. Oh, excellent, Shun Yu's completely lost the plot. Get rid of the non-aggression first, says Song Qian. And Lu Zhong agrees, so we'll go to... We'll cheat and do it that way. Gao Gan, negotiate. Deal broken. And then there will be a period of time that we have to wait before it's acceptable to declare war. Which we need to wait 5 turns, which I think it ultimately means 6. Like, you can't wait 5 turns and declare on the 5th turn. You've got to wait until after 5 turns have gone. But that means essentially, I'm assuming, Sarah, that you would what do you want to do? Like, this is the one you're going to be attacking first. You can just cut straight through Zhang Yang's land to get there, just through the top bit. Or you could walk all the way around there and come in from the north. It's up to you. Sanity is only a temporary state of mind when people are fucking you through both ears. I don't think anybody is actually doing that. I do think that this Wang Lanlan campaign is potentially going to be Yin Li's last campaign, because I tend to retire generals, or I retire officers from military service. If they're a general, I give them another 10 years, but I retire officers from military service at age 50. Yin Li is 47, he's the oldest person in the faction, and we have got Taishutsu and Gan Ning, who are both younger than him, waiting in the wings. Plus, Ril's kind of not around very much. So I feel like once we've taken She-Her and we have a chance to swap out some retinues, I'm going to send him back to the capital and bring one of these guys in, I think. Where the heck is Shu Rao, a general? Oh, right, she's in Zhang Zhang's army as well, isn't she? Might even get rid of her. I don't know. We'll see. Joe's in the chat. Hey, Joe, how's your Monday going, buddy? Sarah, you were going to take the northern route when we thought that we were attacking Zhongyang. So north here versus south here. Now we're attacking Gaogan, who's over here. So your options are basically like west, which is where you're at, straight line. North, which would mean going all the way up this way to come down here. Or coming in from the south, which would involve going all the way back round here to get to there. And that's actually Yuan Tan's land, so that's not particularly... Who's available to sponsor Cal? At this point, Shu Rao and Tai Shi are the only candidates. So Shu Rao is a 28-year-old strategist, level 1, with a manipulator background. And Tai Shi, if you're familiar with the novels, you'll know who that is anyway, but he is a level 4 legendary character, Sentinel, of the unique of exceptional dexterity background. Shu Rao is currently in an army, but may not be staying there. She was only put there because we had nobody else to do it. And Tai Shi is currently not in an army, he's at court on an assignment. Those are the only two that are available to sponsor right now. Cal's going to take Tai Shi. Give me a second then, so I can add you to the sponsored officers list on the Discord, Cal. Ba 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 ba. Tai Shi. Sponsored by Cal. Excellent. And then, yeah, Cal already has that. Cool. Yes, you are now sponsoring Tai Shi, Cal. Welcome to the campaign. My Monday's been fantastic so far. How's yours? My Monday has involved travelling on trains for 5 hours, but is otherwise very good. I'm glad to be streaming 3K again. Could I try and swing that I would be more effective administrating Tai Yuan than Yan Men? You can try and swing whatever you want, but you're gonna need to do it a little bit more in character than just can I try? So honey, if you're coming in from the west, that's where you're at. So is there a do you want to go to the toolmaker to wait it out the treaty thing expiring? Do you want to camp where you are? Camp on the border? I feel like I would make the incompetent strategist more competent than she should be. Fair. Oh, I didn't even look at that. I didn't show you their traits. So Tai Shi is creative, intimidating, honourable, defiant, and one-eyed. He's 41 years old. Level 4 legendary sentinel. You have actually, your character has already done some epic shit in this campaign, Cal. He was the only officer to defend the Tai Yuan toolmaker against Kong Rong's forces and beat them, even though he was outnumbered. So you're taking on quite a legacy. I'm not seeing an answer from Sarah, so I'm just going to have her encamp where she is right now so we can move forward. It might be how he lost his eye, Cal. I don't actually know what turn that happened on. What? I've never seen the AI do this! Zhongshan Livestock Farm. That's ours. So, Gongsun Zan... Wow. Gongsun Zan is basically saying, give me this livestock farm, or we're going to war. We can reject, which would put us at war, or we can give him the livestock farm. Now, I am very interested to see what everybody thinks about this, both which one you think we should pick, but also what your general opinion is on Gongsun Zan. For those of you like maybe Cal who haven't quite seen all of the days that we've done, we went to war with Gongsun Zan. I can't remember if I think he declared war on us. We beat him. We made him into a tributary, and then like 2 years later he broke the tributary agreement, declared war on us again. We fought him. Chu Gong died fighting him. We then kind of got to a point where he had the upper hand, but it was kind of a bit of a stalemate, and he offered to pay us about 2,500 copper for peace. So we took that peace deal in order to focus on Kong Rong, and now he's issuing ultimatums for territory. I am voting that we outright stomp him from the world. No mercy, no tributary, complete and utter annihilation. Sarah says kill. Ryan says he has broke a tributary and a peace agreement. He has tied his noose. David says we need the livestock farm. I vote kill. Son says get bent. Ryan, you've pretty much summed up exactly how I feel. Like, I know that we, especially Sarah, wants to have tributaries because it's Zhongzhang's thing. It is quite useful, but I think with Gongsun Zan, clearly we can't leave him alive. He's just gonna continue to do this kind of shit. So I think we just have to beat him into a pulp. His chest plate and shoulder armor looks like those thin sheet metal cafeteria trays. Fuck Zan, kill him so hard that Shun Yu can... Oh dear. It's getting a bit strong there, Doomsday. Right, we are rejecting, which is going to put us at war with Gongsun Zan. Of course, it's his turn, so Yue Jin is moving first. Right, Sarah, Zhongzhang is still going to have to defeat Wang Lanlan because we are at war with her. We cannot leave her on the west. So she's going to... Gongsun Zan also declared war on Kong Rong. Interesting. Oh, okay, hold up. Captain Suju. This general's passion for competition often manifests in their opponent's injuries. A game of Suju takes a surprising turn when they eliminate the best player on the opposing team by hurling them through a fence. Few challenge this general afterwards, and, as you might expect, they win the match. Lu Zhong! Lu Zhong's chucking people through fences! Well, shiz. It's a badass Lu Zhong. That means we'll have to fight together as one with both armies. Yes, it does, David, but not immediately, because, as I just said, Zhongzhang is going to have to eliminate Wang Langlan first, and Yue Jin is quite a pressing issue. So I kind of feel like Lu Zhong's campaign against Gao Gan has to get put on hold. She's got to go and fight Gongsun Zan. But I mean, it is up to Sarah, it's her army. If she wants to stay down there and do nothing, then that's what's going to happen, but... Yue Jin is level 5 Sentinel. He's got Lu Jie with him, who is level 1, and Chung Rui Lan, who is 52 years old. Yeah, we need to beat this dude into submission. He's actually probably got a shitload of territory, like probably most of that top corner, if not all of it. He's got all of that. He might even have that piece and maybe that, I don't know. Like, this is going to be a big one. This is going to be a big war. And we have to try and essentially beat him as fast as possible before he calls Liu Bei or somebody in. But I do need to know what Lu Zhong is doing. We've got quite a lot of money. Shun Yu would like to use the demonstration of owning the second richest commandery with owning only half of it, as well as the extremely effective governance he has used to increase the population drastically, as well as stating his skill at managing... Hold on. As well as stating his skill at managing the treasury, which other members of the council lack. This reasoning was sent in a letter to Zhongzhang and Lu Zhong and Song Qian. I would suggest calling off the conflict in the central lands and rushing full forces north. As far as starting new ones, Ryan, I absolutely agree, but Wang Lanlan already declared war on us, so to turn around and leave her there as a problem behind us is not something that Zhongzhang is willing to do, especially not given how close she is to her territory anyway. It seems the smarter choice to just destroy her and then turn around. But I don't know what Lu Zheng's going to do. I don't know if Lu Zheng's going to commit to fighting Gao Gan first. I don't actually even know if Sarah's still there. David, you might have to make a decision here. I need to know what this army is going to do. My decision is move north if Sarah isn't here. Well, oh, hold up. Does Lu Zheng know that Gongsun Zan has declared war again? Well, as far as I'm concerned, she does, because it's one thing role-playing messages between the faction and, like, delaying stuff that way, but in terms of, like, role-playing message travel time when it's regarding the AI, we're really just going to ask ourselves to lose. Plus, don't forget that each turn is not like a day or a week or a month. It's a season. It's 3 months. Like, so basically what you're saying, like, or what you would be saying is, in 3 months, it's impossible for a message to get from this front line, and or the capital, and or Zhongzhang, to Lu Zheng. Like, I feel like she would know within the same season. And I will leave it to my husband's wisdom. Well, your husband said move north, so that's what we're doing. David, are you advancing north or are you marching north? You don't have any replenishment to do. So marching would allow you to move a smidge further. Is there enough funding for a third army to attach to one of the two as a smaller supplementary force? 2 retinues, perhaps. There's certainly enough funding to recruit at least 1 retinue. In terms of supporting it with the actual seasonal income, I don't think so. But when you're in a war as big as this, it doesn't always matter if your seasonal income is in the negative, as long as you keep winning and advancing, because you get money every time you win a battle, you get money every time you ransom hostages, every time you sell prisoners, every time you sack or raid or capture a city. David saying march it. Alright. Both of the sisters are on the march. I'm not going to spend any money because I'm worried that Yuerjine's going to destroy whichever settlement is building anyway. So that's going to be the end of the winter. He's coming to my commanders would be my guess, so it might be time for Shunju to die. He's definitely coming to Yanmen, and he's not the only one. There's another army up top. Yuan Tan wants us to pay him a bunch of money, give him a horse and an iron snake for military access. Outright no. Zhang Yang left the coalition of Wang Lanlan. Cool. Honourable versus deceitful. You are in discussion with one of your scholars. You put it to him that honour is the ultimate virtue, unassailable and true. He returns that honour and virtue may make one's soul rich, but never one's pockets. Penniless is the virtuous man. Victorious is the pragmatic leader. He laughs. I think with Zhongzhang it's got to be deceit. So she's going to side with Song Chen. He's right. A knife in the back solves most problems, beginning with him. Alright. Zhongzhang. Well, she's not quite close enough to attack this turn, but she should be next turn. So we'll move her right up to the border. Shun Yu's time is at an end. It's certainly not looking great for him. Yue Jin and Dongli Shanrui with Tian Kai and Huan Jinyu. I mean, with a standard advance, Lu Zhong wouldn't get all that close. With a forced advance, with a march, she would get very, very close. Close enough that Yue Jin might consider fighting her instead. I think it's going to depend what Lu Zhong and or Song Chen decide to do, because I think Sarah's maybe gone, so I think she's leaving it to David at the minute. But we also have 8,800 copper in the bank, so nobody's powerless, not even Shun Yu. It depends what you guys want to do. The options are there. David's given me 2 dots, which I'm going to assume is meant to be 3 dots, so that he's going to say something. I feel like on the next turn, Dongli Shanrui is going to move into position to support an attack on Yanmen from Yue Jin. Raise my retinue and give me shit tons of archers. Okay. Okay though. Well, I'm going to put this out here because it's a little bit gamey, but it is possible. If you aren't in the interest of dying, Doomsday, it depends how you want to do this. If you raise your retinue in Yanmen, you're obviously involved in the defense, which means you could obviously be killed. If you don't raise your retinue, by default, you are part of the garrison, so again, you could be captured and or killed. But if you raised your retinue somewhere else, which there's nothing to stop you from doing, then you are not present in Yanmen, and therefore not at risk of dying. So, it's up to you. You could essentially raise your retinue somewhere else and quote-unquote escape. Song Chen sends correspondence letter to Shun Yu requesting he raise something in Yanmen while Lu Zhong's army advances closer. I'll raise in Yanmen. Interesting. Alright. So, Shun Yu is going to raise in Yanmen. Gan Ning can't be raised because he's on an assignment, but if Cao's still kicking around, Taishe Tse is available to raise right now with well, at least a full retinue of units. They would need to replenish, but they'd be available. But that's up to Cao. David, you said Lu Zhong's army was going to advance closer, which I'm now using as the word for a normal move. So I'm assuming that you're going full movement, but not force march. Is that correct? Yup. Okay. Am I needed in battle? If not, find another job for me. Cal, the situation is dire to the point where I don't even think it's a case of are you needed in battle. It's basically are you willing to put your potentially put your life on the line facing what could amount to 2 enemy armies with just a garrison and your retinue, essentially. And the garrison is 4 troops. It's almost a death sentence, basically. But it's one of those where there's a slim chance of victory. But it is a very, very slim one. Then get me on the field. Oh dear. I feel like we might be about to lose Shun Yu and Taishi Ci. So they're both recruited. They're now in Yanmen. Their units are not particularly strong, and the garrison isn't either. Lu Zheng's army is on the way. Who the feck's this? Zhuozi Hangba. Well, you, sir, are annoying. Hire me 2 archers and 2 saber militia. You got it.
并非攻城略地，而是清净于天。
There you go. Alright, now we need to do reforms. Ooh, 15% income from all sources. That's probably good. Industrial monopolies. What the merchant controls benefits the merchant. What the government controls benefits the government. Excellent. Right. We're going to do a save because it is spring. And things are about to get spicy. If I don't die straight away, I'm leading the assault to take the rest of the commandery. Fair enough. It's a big if. Yep, Yuejin has pushed in. However, Yuejin's pushed in on his own without the second army. You guys are outnumbered by 2,000, which is pretty hefty. Yuejin in... Oh shit, we don't know his stats. Or do we? No, we do. 50 times a minute, but his damage output's crap. So is Taishi Ci's though. In fact, Taishi Ci's is worse. Squeaks with the 500 bits. Thank you so much, Squeaks. That will immediately be put into the fund, probably for the poor citizens of Yanmen who are being attacked right now. Thank you so much for that, Squeaks. I really do appreciate it. Alright, this may well be Shun Yu and Taishi Ci's last stand, guys, because we've not really had time for them to muster their troops properly. Hang on, do any of these guys have fire arrows? Just 1 unit of archer militia. Okay. They've also got 5 units of cavalry and only 1 unit of infantry that have shields. Alright, let's go. What's the quality of our troops? Quality's not bad, Cal, especially in your retinue, but quantity, neither retinues had time to muster, so they only have like 49 men in each unit. Time to pray to the Archer Tower gods. That is definitely true. This is, yeah, outnumbered by 2,000 with really small units. There is every chance we're going to lose. At best, I'd say we've got a 30% chance of stealing a win. But losing doesn't necessarily mean we lose the officers. They could be captured and ransomed back to us. We'll see. Okay, so they're coming from 3 separate sides. Yueji's coming from that side. We've got 3 barricades available. Where are the archers that have fire arrows? With Yueji by the looks of things. Yep. Okay. Where do we want to put these barricades? I don't know if we do want to put barricades down, because these aren't particularly useful. Maybe put one there. Put one there as well. Alright, so Yueji's over this way. We really don't have many troops that have got shields. And they've got archers at every entrance. What the heck, this isn't a Roblox roleplay server. How you doing, Joe? Welcome to the stream. This is our Total War 3 Kingdoms roleplay campaign, Joe. I never know whether to call you Joe or Reese when you appear on Twitch because of your name. Thank you so much for the follow, buddy. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the doghouse. If we have got any lurkers kicking about, if you guys want to join my Discord, !Discord, we'll get you an invite to that, where you can find recaps of our roleplay campaign as well. And don't forget, we are doing sponsor an officer, so if you are into that, you can sponsor an officer, choose their skills when they level up, decide what kind of career path you want for them, whether they're going to be military or civil officers, and also weigh in on faction decisions. I'm struggling here to try and figure out how exactly we are going to, well, how to try and win this, to be perfectly honest. I feel like Taishitsu is probably better off up here, because maybe you'll be able to take out Lujie. Our cavalry, I feel, need to be down this way, because ideally we need to stop those archers with fire arrows from doing any damage. No, Doomsday, that's not an effective strategy in 3 Kingdoms. The only way we can win this is if the towers do most of the work, because our army is crap. And the only way you can guarantee the towers will do work is if you defend them, otherwise the enemy just runs in and captures them. So, standing in the middle is just going to get us killed. I'm going to put 1 unit of Saber Militia there. And 1 unit of Saber Militia here. Because they're the only people that have got shields. Come around on occasion. Alright, I do think I want a G infantry captain down here, just in case Yuejin tries to come in, because they've got they're going to boost morale, and they've got sticks, basically. And then we'll put the other big unit of G up here to try and help kill Lujie. They've got cavalry. They've got 1 unit of cavalry. I think I'm going to put Shunyu at this gate. Just for the leadership buff more than anything else. And we've got a whole stack load of archers. Who I'm going to put over here because I want them to try and do maximum damage to the troops that are with you, Jean. We've positioned both of them. We've positioned Taisha Sir. Somebody needs to protect this gate. Did I put them over there? I did. We've got G infantry here, which are not terrible units, and they don't have shields, which means if we put them here, they're just going to get shot. And I really don't want the big unit to be the one that gets shot either, but there's not really an option. Alright, this is going to be a rough one to manage, and I highly doubt we're going to win because it's just looking really unfavourable. Do the archers have a skirmish mode, Cal? Yes, they do, but by default I have it off because it just annoys me. What you end up with is archers that run away when they shouldn't be, when they should be standing the ground. Right, you guys are kind of important. I need you to go out there. We've got to try and neutralise this archer militia that have got fire arrows. Because they're going to do that. It's already at 65%. That hasn't worked. That's going to set on fire. Yep, 100% fire damage. Bollocks. That's really not helpful. Most of Luja's troops are going for that other tower spot. Yeah, screw it, let's keep doing that. Okay, I want you guys to move that way. You know what? Taisha Sir, go for the archers. Let's try and neutralize them. That's not good. And I completely forgot about my cavalry over here, so they've kind of just ridden straight into the middle. And essentially got themselves killed. Oh balls, where did they come from? Balls. to face that way and shoot them. Yes, I do play by pausing it when necessary, guys, because I'm not here to min-max. I'm not an amazing Total War player. I don't play on Legendary. It's not about that. It's about telling the stories. That's not good at all, Taisha. Maybe you should get yourself out of there. No! Out that way, stupid! You guys might have been more effective if you'd run like I told you to. Well, my cavalry's basically dead, but I'm hoping they've run off those archer militia with the fire arrows, who have still done some significant damage, but less than they could have done. Could you guys maybe, you know, pick up the feckin' pace like I've asked? Because these towers are the only thing doing damage here, and they're at risk of being taken over. Shit me, where did they come from? Oh no, I didn't see them grabbing that. You get here. Oh balls. You guys get them. Taisha is not looking like he's in a good spot. To be fair, nobody's in a good spot. Heck. Is he running away? I'm not really sure. If you guys retake that though, it will start shooting at them. Oh, Taisha says about to fall. Yeah, that enemy cavalry just wouldn't leave him alone. Kill him. I think Taisha just fell. Oh, she's gotten a bit angry. Did you kill her, please? Okay, you guys need to attack him. That's not going well at all. That Gene side is just collapsing. No, they'll be fine. You guys need to get down that way. Can you maybe try and capture that? Yes, you can. Alright, the real problem now is the Yuerjin side. Because he is just a monster. Right, we've got towers back, we've got flanks going on, we've got most of this side locked down. But again, this is the problem side. We need to keep these towers in play desperately. Just these two, because these ones can't fire backwards. She should be getting shot at by other stuff. Kinda needed Shun Yu to recapture this tower, to be perfectly honest, but it hasn't quite worked. So we'll just banzai him at those archers. I was hoping that he would send them packing, but instead he seems to have solidified them. That's not good, that's looking like we might have a chain route. And it was the flipping G militia that went as well. Could have done without that, chaps. If you're not shooting her, you should be. Right, you guys keep attacking them. Shouldn't you go get them? Where's General Tso when you need him? Who knows? Okay, good, they're running away. If you just recapture that, then anybody who tries to come back will get shot. However, there's now no towers that are shooting at any of these guys, which is a problem. What I really need to do is try and sucker them towards a tower. Right, good, that's been recaptured, so even if they try and turn around, the towers will shoot them on the way back in. We have suckered them towards a tower, but nobody was in position to defend the tower. That's less than ideal. If you could shoot Yuerjin first, that would be super helpful. Also, I have no idea why this guy's got beef with running, but they just don't seem to want to do it. No, you stay out of the way, Shun Yu. Oh, they just broke. If we can get rid of with Yuerjin, sorry, not Shun Yu. If we can get rid of Yuerjin, we might actually be able to do this. But Yuerjin's going for Shun Yu. Right, the G militia are into Shun Yu, not Shun Yu, Yuerjin. Oh, why'd you do that? Get him. Oh no. Cavalry are after Shun Yu. Right, get in the middle of our men. And then dismount. Because at this point, you're not going anywhere. Eugene's got 20,000 health left. That is quite a lot. I'd rather you didn't duel Yuerjin, Shun Yu. 17,000 health left. We are not taking his health down fast enough. You will get owned in like 2 hits. And if you die, then this unit will definitely break and we lose the settlement. $16,000 health. He's not going down fast enough, unfortunately. Yep, there goes our unit. No, why have you turned around? What are you doing? Okay. Our G militia, our G infantry have turned around. I need to try and get Shun Yu to capture these towers again so we can get them back involved. No, no, it's one man. Stay there and just hold your ground. Nope, they've gone again. $14,000 health. That's still not really good enough. She's running away, which is a good sign. Essentially, we're trying to morale shock them into losing here. But at this point, it's 100% down to towers. And as long and Shun Yu not running. Battle is an orgy of disorder. We may not win, but they'll remember the day they messed with us. That is true. I'd prefer that we did win. Which I now think there's only Shun Yu and Yue Jin left on the... that are not running away at least. And there's every chance, once they get outside of the city when they're running away, it's a lot harder for them to get back in, because the towers will shoot them on the way out, and they'll shoot them on the way in. Like she just got killed. So now, what we really need to happen is, and Yue Jin's wavering, so we just need these towers to get him, basically, once he's within range, and for these guys to keep leaving. I'm sending Shun Yu to take back the town centre because you do take a morale penalty when you don't have it. And I don't want him to run away. Get you on your horse? I can't because your horse is over here. And that means walking back towards Yue Jin. They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom! I'm hoping I was injured, not dead. Me too, Cal. But we will see. Are you guys even bothering to shoot at him? I think we just won. Shun Yu and Taishitsu have defended Yanmen. Chugong could do with a drinking buddy. Yue Jin killed 222 of our men. Chortles81, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Taishitsu is still alive. Wounded, but still alive. Yue Jin's 2 lieutenants are dead. Right, Doomsday, you're in command here. What are we doing with the captured troops? Yeah, Chortles, Eugene gets away as well. Replenish, says Doomsday. I don't know how much that's actually going to replenish, because I don't think it replenishes units that have been completely destroyed, so it may just be these 3 garrison units. But hey ho. Yes, yes. You know what? I'm gonna attempt to fight this one. It's gonna be difficult without any officers, but their officer doesn't do a super amount of damage, so I'm gonna give it a go. Hang on, do they have fire arrows? Nope. Apologies for what is essentially a pretty boring battle here, guys. There's a slim chance that we could win it, so I want to try. Welcome to the stream, guys. Thank you very much. I have noticed that the audience is quite large. It's the largest I think it's ever been on Total War 3 Kingdoms. They're all coming from one side, which is super nice, especially given that the side they're coming from has multiple towers. So let's line ourselves up like this. And in fact, I'm just going to put the archers there. I do want to prevent them from going. I want to filter them through this tower as well, so we'll do those barriers. Right, let's see what we get. Yeah, I don't know about hammer and anvil. It might work, but actually, you know what? You're probably right. The problem with it is it means moving this G infantry captain away from like his morale supporting the rest of them. Okay, are their archers going to stop to shoot? Potentially. Yes, they are. Right. You guys get yourselves forward ASAP. Quickly, quickly, quickly! Quickly! Get up there, defend the tower spawn. Good lads. I swear to God, G infantry captains do not like running. Good, one unit of archers is gone. See, this is what I was worried about. Now our G militia are not happy because they're being attacked by everything. And these guys are taking a fucking eternity to get round there. Do we have fire arrows, Cal? Nope, because it's a garrison. I don't think we'd be able to do too much with them anyway, to be fair. Just hold on a little bit longer, lads. A little bit longer. Their morale's really low. I don't know if we've... oh, I think the infantry captain's close enough to help. Their archers have all been routed. So have they. Okay. Go on, keep pushing. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. For those of you who might be lurking, appreciate you guys too. Anybody who's new to this is our Let's Roleplay campaign where you can sponsor an officer in the fight, in the campaign. Right, excellent. Get him pinned up against the wall and just kick the crap out of him. Feck it. Highly doubt we need to do a flank again. So now it's just about, can we kill this dude? The towers of power proved themselves again. I mean, it wasn't 100% the towers in this one. The fact that we had 2 full units of archers whittling them down did a lot as well. That's probably what saw off their archers more than anything else. But that's victory, because he's done. And I'm going to see if the towers manage to get him before we end it. Oh! He was actually out of range. Ah, he was still in range of these ones. They did get him. Excellent. Fantastic, right. So that's him unable to take a cheeky snipe. Shun Yu and Tai Tse have seen off Yue Jin's army. Yeah, you didn't like that, did you? Gain some cashola. I'm just going to take the income because we only really took damage to 1 unit, so. Spicy flops in. How are you doing, Spicy? Welcome to the stream. How's your Monday going, bud? Liu Bei requested Gongsun Zan join a war. Yuan Shu has been wiped out. We gained a military gen. I kinda already know where that's going, I think. I don't know which battle of the 2 the military gen was earned in, but I'm pretty sure it was taken in one of them. It is going to be given to Tai Tse as a reward, as a thank you. Interestingly enough, Tai Tse's retinue has actually disappeared, I think because they were 100% wiped out, including him. So he's been completely removed from the army. And is wounded as well. Right. Monday's going pretty well so far. Somewhat busy, but not too bad. Excellent, Spicy. Right. Let's have a look first of all what went on over here. He has indeed been... He's convalescing, so he's been wounded. We're going to have the Bandit Queen push against She Her. So she's got She Her under siege. I don't think there's too much that they can do about that. What remains of Yue Jin's army is... well, is in the path of Lu Zhong. You don't need to march, David. You could actually catch Yue Jin at the limit of your advance. Well, it's near Ting Ping right now. She's the one that's technically in command. Fight that motherfucker. Alright. Okay. So, he has 404 men. And you are predicted low casualties. You outnumber him 10 to 1. What do you want to do, David? I mean, it's your fight. If you want to fight it, we'll fight it, but it is essentially just going to be a slaughter. The delegate seems like the swifter option, and given that we are coming up towards the end of the stream, we've probably got about half an hour left. We'll do a delegate. Yu Jin actually won a duel against Jujun in that auto-resolve. We've captured Yu Jin! My honor is too precious to me to fight alongside one of such low character. Do what you will. He's 49 years old. Unlucky for him, rivals with Song Chen. He's reckless, dutiful, determined, and scarred. Legendary character. One of Cao Cao's generals in the novel. David's screaming execute. Ryan's shouting execute. Reese is shouting execute. Cal wants exterminate. Oh god, we're getting rid of so many cool generals. Sorry, Eugene. Alright, David, what are you doing with the captured troops? Replenishing. Battlefield Surgeon. Your general refuses to celebrate a victory in battle while allies still lie wounded on the battlefield. Injured troops, 3 at a time, are personally rescued and carried on horseback to be treated before the general rides out to collect more. Shun Yu. Well, this war is certainly doing some good. Shun Yu has actually leveled up as well. Doomsday. You are now a level 4, 44-year-old legendary strategist, administrator of Yanmen, hegemon's aide background. You are brilliant, distinguished, tranquil, dutiful, understanding, and bright. And you have 5 options: patience, abundance, precision, perception, or scholarship. He made his bed, now he will die in it. Well, he did say that he wouldn't fight alongside you anyway. Lost 5% of army in the auto battle. Welcome to the stream, Vlam12. Thank you very much. We did indeed lose 5% of the army in the auto resolve, but it saves time. I don't mind. 5% is probably like 1 turn of replenishment anyway. And we'd have still taken some losses even if we'd have fought the battle, which would have still taken 1 turn to replenish, so it doesn't really cost you much. Scholarship, says Doomsday. An extra 8 cunning, 10% character experience for people in the same army as him. Interesting. And 40% income from commerce, silk and spice in his administered commandery. Right, that's Shun Yu leveled up. Song Chen and Yu Jin became rivals, and then Yu Jin's head became a floor decoration, as most people who become Song Chen's rivals seem to do. Gan Ning's on his way back from an assignment. Indeed, Ryan, 13 viewers. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Those of you who are active in the chat, those of you who might be lurking, I appreciate all of you. Right, Shun Yu is still replenishing his forces. Dongli Shanrui is still in good nick. David, Lu Zheng's still got some movement. You're currently outside of Yanmen's reinforcement circle, which means if Yanmen gets attacked, you will not turn up as reinforcements. But nope, she does not have night attacks, so she can't discount reinforcements. What about the others? Doesn't look like it. Nope. Doesn't look like anyone in their army can do that. Turn off my 6 phones. Try and shoehorn me somewhere where I will come for you. How strong is she compared to Lu Zheng's army? Well, Lu Zheng's army is 1 unit off of a full army. Hers is a full army. She's got 5 units of archers, 3 units of cav, 3 units of shielded infantry, a feck ton of G militia with no shields. She's got a level 2 commander who doesn't do a shit ton of damage. She's got a level 5 legendary commander who doesn't do too much damage. You guys have got 6 units of archers, 7 units of saber militia, 2 units of axe band and 2 units of shock cav. So you've got a lot of shields, which basically negates their archer advantage. They've got a lot of G militia, which means your archers are going to be super effective against them. They'll also feck up the shock cav because they don't have shields either. Their officers are not particularly impressive. Although, to be honest, neither are yours, or Lu Zheng's rather. Can we add another unit of cav to Zhu Jun's army? Preferably something with shields. Well, that would be melee cav. I think what's... Yeah, I mean, you could do. The only melee cav you've got, the only ones with shields, are the mounted saber militia. Give you shock cav. Well, you have mounted lancer militia, which is what the other 2 are. There's raider cavalry, which I'm not sure how good they are. And then there's lance cavalry, which can actually adopt formations. Basically, if it's a militia, it can't really adopt formations. This is for any unit. And if it's like a proper soldier unit, then it can adopt formations. All of the shock cav are weak against missile attacks. They're all intended for flanking. Raider cav are apparently good against armor. Oh, they have 47 AP damage, but only 10 base, which should be 57. 50. These guys do 59 total, but less AP. Raider cav. Cool. That's your Raider cav recruited, David. What are you going to do with your remaining movement? Scoot us next to Yanmen. Okay. That can definitely be done. I suspect... No, it's not going to be possible to get in front of it, so next to it we'll have to do. But you are now next to it. Right. That's going to do it for that turn, I think. There's not really any other moves we can make. She's still going to attack. Okay. We outnumber them by 300 in total, with Lu Zhong's army arriving to reinforce. So here's the situation that I think we've got, guys. We've probably got 20-25 minutes left in the stream, which is potentially enough time to do this battle if we want to fight it, but not really anything else. I would probably save it as soon as the end turn sequence is over. Or we can delegate this battle, which would give us a Pyrrhic victory. We'd take some losses, but we'd win anyway, and they've got no troops nearby, so I'm not worried that we'd get, like, that we'd be throwing ourselves under the bus or anything. But then at least we could do the following turn and have more of an idea of where we're at. But it's up to you guys, particularly those of you who are involved in the battle. We have 2 days this week. I want to push for a fight. Fair enough. Fight this. Okay, let's see where we get then. This is actually going to be really rough because Lu Zhong's reinforcements are going to come from off-map, which means Shun Yu and 3 units have to try and hold the town until they can get there, which actually is going to be really fucking hard now that I think about it. There's every chance that especially Shun Yu will be killed long before Lu Zhong's army can even get to the town. I don't think we'll lose the battle, but Shun Yu's in a really bad place if we fight this. Because basically Shun Yu and 3 units are going to start inside the green line, and the enemy's going to start right on the edge of the red. Lu Zhong's forces are going to come in from the edge of the map and then have to move to the town. I mean, leg it as soon as it starts is yes, Ryan, but like still the enemy's going to start more than halfway closer to the town. David's going to leave it to Doomsday to make the decision. Doomsday, do you want to fight the battle and risk potentially losing yourself again? Or you won't lose the town anyway. Or do you, is that just a fight this shit? Okay. Let's do it.
战端既起，我等必将血战到底。良言讲完，希望各位能身体力行。
Yeah, that's pretty rough. Alright, we're more or less going to have to surrender to these guys. They're just going to be allowed into the city. There's not a lot we can do about it. So I've put the barricades down to try and push them towards the inner towers that will do extra damage. I don't think there's too much we can do about holding her off either, because Shun Yu doesn't have enough troops to hold 2 fronts. So I think we're just going to have to focus on trying to hold off Tian Kai's force and get Lu Zhong's army to him as fast as possible.
注意！弓箭！准备就绪！
They don't have fire arrows. No, they shouldn't do, because they didn't have the ability to do night attacks. And it's the same skill that gives you both, so they should not have fire arrows. Have to be aware that if we want to retreat, we can't do it down this street here. Well, do I actually want to do that then? Maybe what I actually want to do is put one there and push these guys along here. Or even put one there and push them towards these towers in the middle. Yeah, we'll do that. Right, we're going to group these guys up just for ease of reference and start. Isn't Tian Kai the terrifying commander? He's unbreakable, which is pretty fucking terrifying. Oh my god. You guys are not entering the battlefield as fast as I need you to. Right, once again guys, remember if you have got a retinue in the battle, or there's troops near you in the battle, you can try and tell me what you would like to do, and what you would like to tell them to do. I'll decide whether or not they do it or not, based on, you know, factors. If I don't get instructions, then I will just move you and your troops around, because I'm assuming that means that you're happy to essentially do what the general says. But it is completely up to you guys. This is a roleplay campaign. Get yourselves in there and do it swiftly. I want to move you guys to here. Oh, not like that. What the fuck? Who else have I picked up here? No one. I got out my sick bed for this, be quiet. Not good, not good, not good.
快集合兵力，将军有难，继续救援。
Wow, Lu Jung is fast as fuck. I don't think Sarah's here, so I'm going to have Lu Jung dart inside so she can start using her Wisdom of the River to debuff the enemy.
有趣，你又能鼓唇弄舌，又懂战场厮杀。
矢时已尽，无法继续射击了。
做好准备，赶快！现在行动！
Well, Lu Jung has arrived. She's going to debuff the enemy. Okay. Tian Kai is challenging Zhu Jun to a duel. I don't think that would go well for Zhu Jun. Tian Kai... Oh, he's currently using... His melee evasion is currently up to 127%, which is definitely not a good time to do a duel. Oh shit, where did they come from? That was fast.
敌军仓皇逃。
Okay.
窜，一群懦夫！
好准备，
弓箭手注意！
准备就绪，速速前进！来吧，继续！我知道你能行。
We did say that it
真
was
是
highly
有气，
likely the
有
troops
气！
inside would get fucked. And fucked is what they've got.
注意，
敌军四散而逃，到底是无胆鼠
I'm gonna
辈
bring！Lu Zhong and Shun Yu out this way because they're getting attacked by Huang Jingyu.
顽强不屈，剑甲不留，长剑准备，长剑在手，前进，准备开战，诛灭敌军，
进军！
做好准备，向前开进！
Okay, what the fuck are we doing over
敌
here?
军仓皇逃窜，一群懦夫！
That's not going the way it probably should do.
剑士停
You guys have also bumped into resistance.
准备开战！行进！
Oh, this is not going as well as I would like.
赞！水胜万物！
Can we get rid of her, please?
补兵准备，
哈！敌将已被我
Okay,
军占
Tian
了。
Kai's gone.
骑兵注意，练兵就位，杀！
She's retreating.
有气，尽情厮杀！
时机已至，向前进军！
David wants to get in there. This is a good point, David. Where are you? Oh, you're way over there.
加快速度，
We'll get you in there.
快走，快走！
顽强不屈，
哈！敌军士兵正在溃逃，
做好准备！杀呀！
Face them in the stab. I think you'll find that you guys are going to struggle to chase down fleeing enemies, but the cavalry might find it a bit easier.
准备好了，
Could you retake that, please? That would be helpful. Good, they've broken them, which pretty much means these guys are fecked.
弓箭准备，进攻！
哈！敌军士兵正在溃逃，
More or less should be the victory now. There's not really anything they can do about it.
在，冲啊！
Does anybody want to duel him? No.
上！
Can't say I'm surprised. Zhu Jun gonna ride up and try and catch Huan Jingyu. But the enemy's broken. Shun Yu had only himself from his army, and from the garrison there was just 30 men. 31 men stood against them until the reinforcements arrived. Unless, no, there's 31 left, apologies. It wasn't 31 that stood. There was 31 left at the end from the defenders. You know what? Shun Yu and Song Chen and Lu Jung, if Sarah's still around. Hell, Zhu Jun as well. Anybody that was involved in the battle can give an opinion here on what we're doing. Song Chen saying ransom. Shouldn't use gigantic balls. Was pretty ballsy. Grant him that. Doomsday saying income as well. Okay, so it sounds like there's a consensus on ransoming them. Oh goody. Well, we're not fighting that, because we're definitely not going to beat Sun Shao with Hong Li Li and Yao Tai. Outnumber us by 3,000. Yeah, you can have it. Lady Wu will make peace, but we have to give her a bunch of stuff. Hell no, you're not even a threat. Yes, we know. Sima Yi! It appears that Sima Yi, a famed recluse, has forsaken his isolation to offer his talents to a warlord obviously in possession of admirable powers of persuasion. Nice. Sima Yi's kicking around somewhere. Right. No, I want my army. Thank you. Pyrrhic victory. Alright, so we've wrecked Dongli Shanrui's army. We now have Sun Shao's army, who is in Zhongshan. That is a problem. Shun Yu's retinue have saved the day and defended Yanmen. David, Lu Zhong has movement. She can actually reach Dongli Shanrui's tattered remains. Chase him! Are we delegating this? Cal thinks we're delegating. David says we're delegating, so we're delegating. Wrecked. Both of them were killed. What are we doing with the, well, what are we doing, David? Replenishing. Cool. Huan Jingyu and Dongli Shanrui both killed in battle there. And Lu Zhong still has movement. She can get up to here. If that's what you want to do, David. stay here for now. Okay. Anybody else want to do anything? We might as well finish this turn out. Stream's due to end in about 6 minutes. Just whilst everybody tells me if there's anything they need to or would like to do, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's hung out, even those of you who have lurked and said nothing. I still appreciate your attendance, it really does help the channel. Those of you who have sponsored officers, thank you for sponsoring. Is there anything I can do, or do I have to stay in that army? You're not actually in that army, Cal, because your entire retinue was beaten on the battlefield, which I've not seen before. It basically put you back at court. So you're currently at court, which if there's something you want to do, let me know. If there's assignments free, we've got 2 assignment slots free. I'm pretty sure we could afford to raise your retinue if you wanted to. Can Taiyuan have its town upgrade? I'm gonna see what everybody wants to do. What assignments are they? For Taishatsu, you can either do supervised construction, you can conduct bandit patrols, or you can counteract corruption. Oh my god, Gardening is at 2 satisfaction. Okay, well, that's bad. Let's fuck up corrupt people. Where would you like to do that, Cal? Anywhere where we own the town, you can do that. So, Taiyuan, Yanmen, Hedong in the south, Ye over here in the east. I think those are the only 4 options. Where is the most corrupt? Probably the capital? There's 3% corruption in Taiyuan. 2% in Yanmen. 3% in Hedong. 3% in Ye. So pretty much everywhere is about the same. Can we promote him, David? What, Garning? Yeah. Okie doke. So Taishatsu is going to go on a counteract corruption assignment in Ye. Garning with a N. With a N, David. Yes, we can. We can certainly make him a senior officer, because he's currently only an officer. But that's only going to improve his satisfaction a little bit. Oh, well, actually it jumped him up to 17 right now. Also means I can get a retinue out there if needed, if I can leave an assignment early. You can recall yourself from an assignment early, yes, if you want, but it still takes a turn for you to get back to the capital and be raisable as a force. That's fine for now. Anybody else? Ryan? Doomsday? Sarah, if she's still about? Is there anybody that wants to do anything on the last turn? What is Jujun's feckin' problem? To be fair, it's at 22 and those unfortunate events are slowly disappearing. So he should be at 28 before long. Want to stab someone in the face and steal their money? I mean, that doesn't exactly tell me what it is you want to do. In terms of in-game actions. If you want to pretend that Garning's stabbing people in the face and taking their money, then feel free. Other than recommend Taiyuan upgrade. We'll come back to that if nobody else wants to do anything, Doomsday. Sarah's kind of missed what's happened, so she's just going to camp. That's fine, Sarah. David, your loyal husbando, took over sort of directing the army in your absence. You are currently up in Yanmen Pass. Up here. You just arrived and relieved Yanmen from being besieged by Gongsun Zan's armies. Yu Jin has lost his head after Song Chen captured him and chopped it off. So we just defeated 2 armies of Gongsun Zan here, 2 full stacks. They've still got one over here, but chances are there's not a lot of resistance now other than this one army. Oh, it was brutal. There was some hard fights there just before the end of the stream, last third of the stream. I'm not seeing anybody saying that, like, I'm not seeing people saying they want to raise their retinue, so we're going to go ahead Doomsday with Tai Yuan upgrade. What is it you want to upgrade in Tai Yuan, Doomsday? Do we have anyone that wants to trade, David? We can have a look. No, there's not even anybody who maybe wants to trade. Oh, we're at max trade agreements anyway. Tai Yuan. You know what? I'm actually going to get Tai Yuan a grain store because it improves public order, and Tai Yuan is currently having some public order problems due to its size. So I'm gonna give it a grain store. Taishutsu did help. Taishutsu, who is now sponsored by Cal, that's looking like it's going to be the end of the turn, guys. So far, we've got Zhongjiang in the west besieging Wang Lanlan with... Nope, that's not our army, that's theirs. Give me mine, please. With Yin Li as her captain and Shu Rao as her lieutenant. We have Shun Yu, who's actually raised as an army right now in Yanmen, but he's the only one in it in terms of troops, or officers rather. Lu Jung with Song Chen and Zhu Jun is up in the pass with a full army, Yanmen Pass, so she's probably going to be going east at some point on day 6. And then we have Taishutsu, who is on a anti-corruption assignment in Ye, and Gan Ning, who is sitting in Taiyuan complaining about not being allowed to do anything, but not doing anything. Oh, okay, Ryan. I refuse to give Taishutsu credit. I mean, he was there. Nobody ever gives Taishutsu credit, and he's the one that's constantly, like, defending the land in emergencies. Zhongjiang needs to hurry up and crush her so we can get her assistance against Gongsun Zan. You don't seem to need it, but yeah, we're on it. Don't worry. So, yes. That... I think the only spot we've got that's not sponsored right now is Shu Rao, which is really interesting. So we've got a cast of 11, and only one of them, well, 2 of them if you include Zhongjiang. So we've got 9 people sponsoring characters right now, which is pretty fucking epic, guys. I really do appreciate everybody, everybody who's been involved, everybody who's getting involved. Next session will be my next stream, which will be Wednesday. We'll be doing Total War Wednesday. That will also be Zhongjiang. It will be same time, 7 to 8 PM GMT or BST, whatever time it is for me. We'll be doing day 6 of this campaign. We'll be picking up right from this point, so I hope to see you guys there, especially those of you who've got sponsored officers. Yeah, and we'll see where we go from there. Next week's Total War 3 Kingdoms streams are going to depend on my moving and the internet down there. Gunning could join me in my army. He could Doomsday, but so far all he's doing is sitting in the capital bitching. We don't know how many armies he's got. He's pulled like 3 new ones out of his ass today alone. He has, but 2 of them have been shoved back up his ass, so... You know. Let me fight. Ryan, I literally sat here for 10 minutes saying, is there anything anyone wants to do? And all you said is, I want to stab a person in the face. That doesn't tell me what you want to do in game mechanics. I want battle. Alright, well, sitting there like a toddler in a high chair saying, I want sandwich, doesn't mean sandwich appear. Do you want to raise your retinue? And where do you want to do it? I know you want battle, but you spent the first 3 sessions sitting in a rice field wanting battle, and you were quite content to sit in the rice field. Right, okay, assemble my retinue. Where at? I will support Doomsday. Okay, so you're going to join Shun Yu's army. Is that what you're telling me? Suppose we should check we've got the money, really. We do. Apparently Gan Ning and Shun Yu do not harmonise. But that's fine. If this is where you want your army to be raised, or your retinue to be raised, we can raise it with Shun Yu. Is that what you want to do, Ryan? We need to get a champion in that army at some point. Well, I need to figure out whether the fuck Ryan wants to go in that army or not. Since I've asked him straight up whether he wants to put himself in Shun Yu's army, and he's just sitting there, and then he'll complain to me that he said it 5 times tonight. Except you haven't. You do. Okay, there we go. Gan Ning is raised as Shun Yu's captain. Which quite possibly means that Shun Yu is going to be... Well, he's not going to be in a position to be leading any charges, but he's certainly in a position to start conducting some military operations. Right! That is where we're going to leave today's Zhongjiang stream, guys. We'll be back on Wednesday at round about the same time, between 7 and 8 PM, with day 6, at which point we will be pushing our war against, well, hopefully ending the war against Wang Lan Lan, which is not really a war, and also pushing Gongsun Zan. And I want everybody to remember, when we come back on Wednesday, there is no quarter for Gongsun Zan. He gets nothing. Can I go heavy on the cav? That depends on A, you, B, Shun Yu, and C, whether we've got money. But in theory, yes. Okay, well, I mean, I asked you if you wanted to join Shun Yu's army, and you said yes. So if there's any quibbles about who's in command, it's him. You said yes. Right. I'm not even going to try and say the rest of it, but there you go. Right, guys, we are going to end the stream here. Let me see if there's anywhere I can fling you, peoples, because there's quite a few of you, and I would like to fling you somewhere. Wednesday, it will be time for Gongsun Zan to get his comeuppance. Hopefully we can finish him off on Wednesday's stream. If not, we'll at least manage to kick his face in. There's not really anywhere that I can send you guys on a raid, so I'm just going to say thank you so much for coming out, guys. Your support really means a lot, and those of you who've lurked, we've had a really big audience today at some points, and the new sponsored officer peoples, sponsorers, the new sponsorers, Thank you guys as well. I do appreciate you guys stopping by. There will be a recap up tomorrow. Yes, hopefully recap up tomorrow in the hashtag campaign so far channel on the Discord. Hashtag, not hashtag, exclamation mark Discord if you want an invite to the Discord to be able to see the summary of the campaign so far and the list of people that have sponsored officers. I'll see you guys in 2 days' time. Thank you very much for dropping the Discord, David. Thank you guys again for the time being. It's going to be War Dog out.